Well, it's a WASD day down here, USDA report. Kind of an exciting one. We've gotten some curveballs, but let's talk about what we've seen happen over in the protein complex and specifically hogs, lean hogs. Look, there's been no shortage of the stories doing the floor, around on the floor about how we've seen a pretty bullish corn number. Corn shot up here just recently, and well, what's higher inputs going to do to your outputs is if you're a protein complex manufacturer, well, it's going to be a black cloud going forward on some of these meats, and especially both lean hogs and cattle, but lean hogs for sure. And it's not been a really good time as of late. That lean hog chart does not look very healthy, but what we are looking at here is the cost of your inputs going up, and that's going to cause things to kind of get obviously a little bit more expensive, and that will float slowly but surely float a black cloud over the prices of the protein complex, especially lean hogs. It's interesting to note that the funds are long still, and that's been painful. Let's just see here what happens if we do see this market trade significantly lower, because we're going to be watching whether they start to add to their positions, right? Or dollar cost averaging on the way down. A lot of folks don't like to do that, but there are still some out there that do. Or if you start to see them bail on those positions, which generally speaking is the case. But they're long, not a ton, but it's enough to have kind of in the back of your mind, will they add or will they puke? But only time will tell. That'll be another interesting development. Now, we haven't had a ton of news out there, and I would call that, say, fundamental news. We haven't really heard much about the African swine fever, and we haven't really had any new Chinese developments. We're going to get something at the G20. So when you've got all your fundamental news off to the side, really not giving you a very good idea about where the current trend may be going, we're going to go over to the technicals, and maybe after we can get through this higher corn price, these higher input costs, maybe we can start to see a little bit of a bottoming out there in the lean hog complex. That's something that we'll be looking for here in the short term. So fundamental news out of the way, we're going to have to switch on the technicals and keep an eye on those things. But right now, it looks as though with what we've gotten from the WASD, those input prices are going up, a little bit of a black cloud over the protein complex. We'll see what happens in the next coming weeks.